They used silence to push you. Now they are stuck with the distance they created. They used silence because they knew it would hurt you. They knew your heart would search for answers. They knew you would wonder what changed, what you did wrong, and why the energy suddenly felt cold. Instead of speaking with honesty, they pulled away and left you sitting in confusion. That was punishment. That was the punishment. They wanted you to feel the distance. They wanted you to chase their attention. They wanted you to break the silence first, explain yourself again, and prove that you still cared enough to fight for the connection alone. For the connection alone. For a while, it affected you so deeply. You checked your phone, you replayed conversations, you questioned your words, your tone, and your own feelings. You tried to understand why someone who claimed to care would become so quiet when communication was needed most. But then something changed inside you. The silence stopped feeling like a mystery. It started feeling like an answer. You realize they were not quiet because they had nothing to say. They were quiet because they wanted control. They wanted to make you uncomfortable enough to lower your standards, ignore your pain, and accept whatever little attention they decided to give you later. That realization woke you up. You stopped chasing. You stopped sending long messages. You stopped trying to pull honesty from someone who was comfortable watching you hurt. You stopped treating their silence like something you needed to fix before you could finally have peace. And once you stopped reacting, everything shifted. Now they are stuck with the distance they created. The same distance they used to push you is now standing between them and the version of you they can no longer reach. They expected silence to keep emotional they expected silence to keep emotionally attached, but instead it taught you how to detach. That is the part they never expected. They thought their silence would make you desperate. They thought their coldness would make you softer. They thought if they ignored you long enough, you would return with more patience, more explanation, and more willingness to carry the connection alone. But you did not. You became still. You became calm. You became unavailable to the same pattern that kept hurting you. Now, they are confused because your silence feels different from theirs. Their silence was used to punish. Your silence is used to protect. Their distance was meant to control you. Your distance is now protecting the peace they kept disturbing. And that difference is heavy. They can feel it now. They feel it when you no longer respond the same way. They feel it when you do not chase for clarity. They feel it when your energy no longer bends towards them every time they decided to withdraw. Now, their own silence is speaking against them. It is reminding them that they pushed you too far. It is reminding them that they created the gap they now wish they could close. It is reminding them that someone can care deeply and still get tired of being emotionally punished. That is what they are struggling with. They, that is what they are struggling with. They miss the version of you who tried, the version who worried, the version who asked what was wrong, the version who kept giving them chances to communicate better, love better, and show up better. But that version became exhausted. That version learned that love should not feel like waiting outside a locked door while someone inside decides when you deserve an answer. So you actually stepped back. You stopped begging for access. You stopped standing so in emotional uncertainty. Now the silence is no longer their weapon. It has become their consequence. They used silence to punish you, but now they are stuck with the distance they created. The painful truth is this. They thought silence would make you lose yourself. But instead it helped you find the strength to finally walk away. Now every quiet moment remind them that control can turn into consequences. They wanted you uncertain, but your peace answered louder than your pain ever could. And now the space they created the space they created is the same space proving they lost is the same space proving they lost access to you completely forever. Thanks for watching. If this is your first time seeing this channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment, share, and why not hit the notification bell for more notifications. To my returning subscribers, you already know my heart. I love you all so much. See you.